Hello children, how are you all? Welcome to the digital classes. I hope you are all doing good. Children, let me ask you some questions. What do you do when you are getting ready for going to a marriage? You see that you are dressed up well, and mostly ladies, they feel very happy because they wear ornaments. What are these ornaments made up of? They are made up of metals. What are the metals we use to make different types of ornaments? We use gold and silver. Nowadays, ornaments made up of platinum are also used. So, children, can you mention some articles that are made up of metals? As we have discussed, gold ornaments. So, ornaments are made up of gold and silver. These are the different articles made up of metals which we use in our daily life, like metal cans, bike parts are made up of metal, car parts are made up of metal, the steel beams used in the construction are also made up of metals, and the cans and different appliances, electronic appliances we use in our daily life are also made up of metals. The crockery or the utensils which we use are also made up of metals. So, children, we have different types of metals available in our nature. We have metals like aluminium, iron. These metals, when they are mixed with other metals, an alloy is formed and it forms new mixture of metals called as alloys like brass, bronze, steel, etc. We will be studying about alloys. Children, do metals exist in nature in the same form as that we use in our daily life? Have you ever heard the words like ore, mineral and metallurgy? Do you know how these metals are obtained? Now, let us find the answers for these questions in this lesson. So, what is the name of the lesson? The name of the lesson is Principles of Metallurgy. Children, metallurgy means it is defined as a process that is used for the extraction of metals in their pure form. Like gold and silver we use in making ornaments, these gold and silver metals are the pure forms of metals which we use in making ornaments. But if you take iron, is iron obtained in the same state in the pure form in the nature? No, it is obtained in the nature in the earth's crust mixed with different types of impurities. So, children, how are these metals occurred? Where are they found in the nature? How are the metals present in the nature? In the form of ores. Like if you observe these pictures, the earth's crust when it is dug, you can obtain different types of ores of metals. Here I have given you some pictures. Children, gold is obtained in the pure form because it is less reactive. What is reactivity of metals also we will be reading in this lesson. So, the earth's crust is the major source of metals. Sea water also contains some soluble salts like sodium chloride and magnesium chloride. So, sodium is a metal which can be obtained from the salt which is present in the sea water. Magnesium is a metal which can be obtained here also. So, earth's crust is a major source of metals. Children, if you see this picture, earth has three parts. The inside part is core which is covered with, crust is the part in which we can find different types of metals, and this is the outer crust layer which is covered with, maximum part of it is covered with water. So, children, some metals like gold, silver and copper are available in nature in free state, that means in native state. That means pure state, because as I told you they are less reactive. Why do we use gold in making ornaments? Why do we use silver in making anklets? Because they are less reactive. They do not react with the atmospheric oxygen. But if you wear ornaments made up of iron, what happens? When you keep washing your hands, it will react with soap, it will react with water, and it will also react with the water vapor and it will start rusting. Isn't it? So, we do not use ornaments made up of iron because iron is more reactive, whereas gold and silver are less reactive, and that is why these metals like gold, silver, they are obtained in the earth's crust in their pure native form. So, this is the way gold is obtained in the nature. This is a gold metal which is extracted from the earth's crust. This is pure silver metal which is obtained in the earth's crust. This is copper. This is the way it is obtained from the earth's crust. But other metals, like as I told you, iron, they are mostly found in nature in the combined form due to their reactivity. Other metals are more reactive than gold, silver, like we have discussed about iron. Children, because of their reactivity, what happens? They will combine with the other things like atmospheric oxygen, atmospheric water vapor, and they form new products. So, they are not obtained in the pure form in the nature. So, the elements or the compounds of metals which occur in nature in the earth's crust are called as minerals. So, these elements, they combine with other elements like iron combines with oxygen to form iron oxide. Children, iron combines with chlorine to form iron chloride. So, these are the minerals which are obtained in the earth's crust. Iron combines with sulfur to form iron sulfide. It is also called as iron pyrite. These are obtained in the earth's crust. So, depending upon the reactivity of metal, they keep reacting with the other non-metals and form minerals. These are the different minerals obtained in the earth's crust. So, the compounds of metals mixed with soil, limestone, sand and rocks are known as minerals. Then what are ores? Ores are the metals which are obtained in the earth's crust, but from these ores only you can obtain the metal profitably. So, let us define what is ore. Metals are commercially extracted from the minerals at low cost and minimum effort. Such minerals which are used for extracting metals are called as ores. So, you understood what are ores, children? So, the ores are used to extract metals profitably. Profitably means in large quantities. So, what did you understand now? All the ores are minerals. All the ores are nothing but minerals, but all the minerals need not be ores. That means you need not extract metals profitably from the minerals. So, ores are the minerals from which you can extract the metals profitably. So, all the ores are minerals, but all minerals need not be ores. You need not extract all the metals from their respective minerals. So, let us see the differences between minerals and ores. What is a mineral, children? Naturally occurring substances of metals present in the earth's crust are called as minerals. What are ores? Minerals which can be used to obtain the metals profitably are called as ores. What are minerals again? They are not ores, but all the ores are minerals. Let us see some examples. Clay is the mineral of aluminium. Bauxite, cryolite are the main ores of aluminium. If you see this picture, this clay is having aluminium, but you cannot extract aluminium in large quantity profitably. You cannot extract aluminium from clay. So, clay is a mineral, but it is not an ore. But if you see bauxite, cryolite, they are the ores of aluminium. Bauxite and cryolite are minerals. They are also ores because you can extract aluminium profitably from bauxite and cryolite. So, these are the different mineral specimens of different metals. See how colorful they are because of the presence of different metals in them. So, let us see some more differences between minerals and ores. Minerals are naturally occurring chemical substances. As I told you, minerals are nothing but the combination of metals and non-metals, metal along with some other impurities. What are ores? Ores are also minerals, but from the ores you can extract metals profitably and conveniently. So, all minerals are not ores, but all ores are minerals. Remember this, children. Let us see some of the examples of ores from which you can extract metals profitably and conveniently. So, aluminium is the metal which can be extracted from bauxite ore. Zinc is the metal which can be extracted from its ore named as sphalerite. Iron is an metal which can be extracted from its ore, that is hematite. So, what is the ore of iron, children? Hematite is the ore of iron from which you can extract iron profitably. Now, as I told you, gold is a metal which is very less reactive. So, it is obtained in the native state in the pure form. So, masses of gold which are obtained in the earth's crust are mostly pure, they are not combined with any other non-metal. So, such gold deposits which are found in the earth's crust, which are digged in the earth's crust and obtained, are called as nuggets, gold nuggets. So, these are the gold nuggets which are obtained in the earth's crust. Children, so from the ore you extract metals, and these metals are used to make articles. So, if you want to make metal article, you need metal. From where is this metal obtained? From the ore. So, 5 most abundant metals in the earth's crust are aluminium, iron, sodium and magnesium. The mode of occurrence of these metals in the earth's crust depends upon their reactivity. Most reactive metals such as sodium, potassium will react with oxygen, moisture and form compounds. So, more reactive elements are found in the form of minerals which are mostly combined with oxygen or sulfur. So, let us see the abundance of the metals which are found in the earth's crust. Children, oxygen is the most abundant non-metal. Its abundance is 46.6%. Silicon is present in the sand, its abundance is 27.7%. And starting from the metals, if you observe, the abundance of aluminium is 8.13% and iron 5%, calcium 3.63. So, which is the metal which is present in the maximum amount? The abundance of aluminium is highest when compared with other metals. So, what is the crustal abundance of aluminium? 8.13. So, it is the most abundant metal found in the earth's crust. Now, let us see the reactivity of the metals. Children, gold is the least reactive metal we have seen, isn't it? Gold and silver, that is why they are used as ornaments. Then which is the highly reactive metal? We have a reactivity order of metals. This will tell you which is the most reactive metal and which is the less reactive metal. See this table, children. Potassium is the highly reactive metal, and that is why we are keeping it in the top position of the table. Then sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. This is the way the reactivity decreases, children. So, which is the most reactive metal? Potassium. Then next reactive metal is sodium, and that is why sodium is stored under kerosene, so that it is not exposed to oxygen or any other atmospheric gases. Children, next reactive metal is calcium, next reactive metal is magnesium, then aluminium. Then carbon is a non-metal. Now, coming to the next reactive metal, that is zinc, then iron, tin, lead. And now, here we have hydrogen. This is nascent hydrogen. Then the next reactive metal is copper, silver, gold, and the least reactive metal is platinum. You have to remember this reactivity order, children. By observing this table, what did we understand? In this reactivity order, we can say that platinum is the least reactive metal, whereas potassium is highly reactive, most reactive metal. So, less reactive metals like gold, silver and mercury do not react with any other reagents, and that is why they exist in free state, as they are less reactive or least reactive. As we have seen in the reactivity order, the least reactive metals were gold, silver and mercury. Children, that is why gold is obtained in the form of nuggets. Now, let us see what are the highly reactive metals. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium and aluminium are highly reactive. So, next moderate reactive metals are zinc, iron, lead and copper. And the least reactive metals are mercury, silver, platinum and gold. So, we can classify the metals as highly reactive, moderate reactive and least reactive. By this we understood that the least reactive metals are obtained in the free state and the highly reactive metals are obtained in the form of minerals combined with other elements. Now, how do we get these metals from their ores? Children, ores, as I told you, they are minerals and we are extracting metals from these ores. So, ores are nothing but obtained from the earth's crust. So, we have a process of extraction of metals from the ores. So, does the reactivity of metal and form of its ore like oxides, sulfides, chlorides, carbonates and sulfates have any relation with the process of extraction? Yes. Depending upon the impurity present along with the metal, we have a process of extraction of the metals. How are the metals extracted from the mineral ores? As I told you, depending upon the type of impurity, we select a process of extraction of these metals. So, these are the different ores of metals from which you can extract metals profitably. If you observe, bauxite is an ore of aluminium. Now, you see the formula of bauxite, children, Al2O3. Al2O3, what did you observe, children? It is an ore of aluminium. It is combined with oxygen. So, what is the impurity present along with the aluminium? Oxygen. Now, see the next ore, copper iron pyrite. It is an ore of metal copper. So, along with copper we have iron and sulfur. So, here what is the impurity? Sulfur. Now, see the next ore, zinc blende. Children, zinc blende is an ore of zinc. It is a combination of zinc and sulfur. So, what is impurity here, children? Sulfur. This is magnesite. Here it is an ore of magnesium. It is a combination of magnesium carbonate. So, carbon and oxygen are the impurities present along with the magnesium. So, these are all the different ores of their respective metals. If you observe chemical formula of these ores, the most common impurities we find are oxygen, sulfur and chloride. So, depending upon the chemical formula, we can classify the ores as oxide ores, sulfide ores, chloride ores, carbonate ores and sulfate ores. So, let us see what are the oxide ores. So, bauxite we have seen, along with aluminium the impurity was oxygen. So, bauxite is an ore of aluminium. So, aluminium oxide, bauxite is an oxide ore. Let us see other examples. Oxide ores are pyrolusite, hematite, zincite, magnetite. Now, sulfide ores, copper iron pyrite. Pyrite, as I told you, sulfur is impurity. So, copper iron pyrite is an ore of copper combined with sulfur. So, it comes under sulfide ores. Zinc blend, ZNS. Zinc is the metal which can be obtained from zinc blend and sulfur is the impurity. So, this is a sulfide ore. The same way cinnabar, mercuric sulfide. Here also mercury is the metal combined with the sulfur as an impurity. So, cinnabar is an sulfide ore. Galena, zinc sulfide. Children, here these are the examples of sulfide ores. Now, chloride ores. Examples of chloride ores are horn silver, rock salt and carnallite. Examples of carbonate ores, children, magnesite, limestone. Examples of sulfate ores, Epsom salt and gypsum. So, in this way we can classify the ores as sulfide ores, chloride ores, oxide ores, carbonate ores and sulfate ores. So, depending upon the impurity, we have to select a particular method for the purification or the extraction of metal from their respective ores. Look at the chemical formula of the ores. Iron, if you take iron as a metal which has to be extracted, what are the different ores which are obtained in the nature? Magnetite, hematite, iron pyrite, limonite and siderite. So, what is the formula of magnetite? Fe3O4. What is the formula of hematite? Fe2O3. Formula of iron pyrite? FeS2, formula of limonite Fe2O3 3H2O, formula of siderite iron carbonate. So, if you look at the chemical formula of the different ores of iron, here in magnetite and hematite, oxygen is the impurity. So, we can use a common method for the extraction of iron metal from this ores. Iron pyrite, here the impurity is sulfur, limonite, here the impurity is oxygen, and in siderite the impurity is carbonate. Now, what are the different ores of copper? Copper pyrite, CuFeS2, malachite, here it is CuOH taken twice, CuCO3. Now, cuprite, Cu2O. Now, ores of zinc, if you see, zinc blend, ZnS, calamine, ZnCO3. Ores of chromium, chromite, CrO2. So, these are the different ores of metals from which you can extract metals profitably. So, extraction of metals mainly has 3 stages to be followed, children. The first stage is concentration or dressing of ore, and the second stage is extraction of crude metal, and the third stage is refining of metal. So, where is this ore obtained, children? It is obtained from the earth's crust. So, it is mixed with different types of impurities like sand, mud. So, the first thing you have to see is after taking it from the earth's crust, it has to be first cleaned. So, let us start with the different metallurgical processes, children. So, in the principles of metallurgy, the metallurgical process can be classified as crushing and grinding. The first process in metallurgy is crushing of ores into fine powder. As the ore is obtained in the form of bigger pieces, we have to crush it into fine powder by using a crusher or a ball mill. This process is known as pulverization. So, this is the way you can crush it. Feed means you are putting the ore into the machine. This is a crushing chamber, children. If you see it, the bigger pieces of ore has been crushed into smaller pieces by using this crushing chamber. Now, this is a fixed jaw and this is a moving jaw. In between, if you put the bigger pieces of ore, it comes down as smaller pieces or crushed ore. So, by applying external floors also, you can crush it into smaller pieces. This is grinding. And now, the concentration of ore is the next step we have to follow. Children, let us recall what we have learnt in this lesson. A metallic compound occurring in the earth crust along with the impurities are called as minerals. A mineral from which a metal can be extracted economically and conveniently is called as ore. And what are the impurities present in the ore called as, children? They are called as gangue. And the substances added to the ore to remove gangue from the ore is called as flux. The extraction of metal from its ore involves mainly 3 stages we have seen. The first stage we have seen is concentration, and the other 2 stages we will be studying in the next class. Extraction of crude metal and refining of the metal will be studied in the next class. Answer these questions, children, in the Improve Your Learning. List 3 metals that are found in nature as oxide ores. List 3 metals that are found in the nature in the uncombined form. Write a note on dressing of ore in metallurgy. What is an ore? On what basis a mineral is chosen as an ore? Write the names of any 2 ores of iron. How do metals occur in nature? Give examples to any 2 types of minerals. Please download the worksheets from SCERT for better learning and good practice. I hope you have understood the lesson, children. Now, in the next class, we will be studying about the next 2 stages of extraction of metals and refining of metal. Okay, children, let us meet in another interesting session of digital classes. Thank you.